Good evening, yogis. My name is Teacher Aya, and I have some free time tonight, so I just thought of sharing this practice with you. I haven't really been posting on my YouTube channel for quite some time because, like some of you, I have been, really living in a fast paced world nowadays, working from home. I know a lot of you have also been taking care of your children, helping them with schoolwork. And it's really challenging to find some time for yourself, let alone to practice. And so, at whatever time you're watching this video, I do hope you can spare 15 or 20 minutes to roll out your mat, come practice with me, and we'll just do some simple moon salutations that we can do, preferably at night. We will work on our shoulders, our back, and loosening things up around our hips and lower body. So I do hope you come and join me, and I hope really to see you in one of my classes really soon. So whenever you have your mat rolled out, come and join me in a seated position. You can prop yourself up with a block. And just take your hands on top of your knees or your thighs. Just start closing your eyes if you're comfortable with that. We'll start taking a deep breath in through the nose. As you exhale, open your mouth, let the breath go. One more time, just like that, deep breath in. And exhale, side out. And at this point, start to find your own breath. Inhaling and exhaling out through the nose. Maybe a pranayama or ujjayi kind of breath, if you're comfortable with that. And I'd like you to turn your attention now to the front of your chest. Noticing the gentle expansion of the ribs in the front side of your body as you take each breath in. And the gentle fall of the ribs of the chest, of the belly as you exhale. Seeing here if you can just relax the tops of the shoulders. And each and every inhale, creating much more space in the front of your body. Expanding the lungs, expanding the ribs. And as you exhale, emptying the breath fully, grounding yourself and relaxing a little bit more. And we'll share one more breath here. Inhale and exhale. On your next breath, you'll open your eyes. And let's come into an all fours position. So walk your hands forward. Come into a tabletop. So the hands will be underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Let's go ahead and untuck your toes so the toes are pointing back. Let's do some spinal warm-ups. They're called cat and cow. So come and join me. As you inhale, lift the tail, lower the belly, bring the chest forward. And as you exhale, you'll round through the spine, draw the belly button in, tucking the chin down. Two more times, just like that. Inhale, move the chest through the arms, arching the back. Exhale, rounding the spine through cat pose. Good. One last, just like that. Inhale, bring the chest forward, arch the back. As you exhale, you'll round. Nice. And slowly just come back into a neutral spine, walking the hands slightly forward. Make sure making sure that the hands are spread out wide, or the fingers rather spread out wide. You'll tuck your toes, lift your hips up into a very nice downward facing dog or inverted letter V position. So just making sure that the toes are pointing forward. If the legs feel particularly tight today, I know I am because I haven't been moving a lot today. So you can just moving the knees, maybe pedaling the feet, lowering one heel at a time. And just really any movement here that will help you feel nice and open. Perhaps even swing the hips side to side. We'll share 2 breaths here together in down dog. Perhaps you can already find stillness. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale. And exhale. From your downward facing dog, look forward, bend your knees, walk or step towards the top of your mat. As you inhale, you'll lift up halfway, hands towards the shins or maybe fingers graze the mat. Exhale, folding forward, bend your knees so the stomach can rest on the thighs, lowering the head and the chest down. Taking one more just like that. Inhale, lift up halfway. As you exhale, folding forward, stomach to the thighs. As you inhale, you'll roll up to a stand. The head comes up last, and you'll inhale, reaching the arms up and over your head. Maybe gaze up towards the thumbs. Exhale, take the hands together in prayer in front of your chest. All right, let's go for our first round of moon salutation. As you inhale, reach the arms up once more. Exhale, dive forward, hands down on your mat. Inhale, you'll lift up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands and step the left foot back. Lower the left knee down, untucking the toes. And then slowly rise up into your low lunge, making sure that the right knee is underneath the ankle. Really stretch out and up from your waist. If you want a little bit more stretch on your front left hip, you can move the left knee slightly back and then maybe lower the hips just a tiny bit more. Good. You'll take a breath here. Inhale and exhale. Lower your hands down onto your mat. Shift your hips back into a half split. Maybe keep a soft bend on your knees, especially if you're tight like me. Start to lift the right toes up towards the sky. Take a breath here. Inhale. And as you exhale, move your chest down towards the center of the mat. So not directly over the right leg, but just towards the center. Keeping the right heel pushing down. Maybe if you have blocks, you can also use them here, especially if you're having a challenge reaching for the floor. Relaxing the tops of the shoulders. Take one more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. You'll slowly lift the chest, step the right foot down. Walk your hands a little bit forward and swing your right leg back into downward facing dog. So in downward facing dog, we'll take a breath in. Lift the hips up towards the sky. And a full breath out. Then from here, come into your all fours position, lowering the knees down. Let's go through one round of cat-cow. So as you inhale, lift the chest, finding your back bend. As you exhale, you'll round the spine, cat pose. Holding your cat pose right here, really round the back, keep the arms straight. And then untuck your toes. You'll sit back into a child's pose. Take a breath in child's pose, feeling the stretch on your hips and your lower back. It's one of my favorite postures, especially if my lower back gives me some pains, especially if I'm sitting down for long periods of time. So this is always my go-to pose. Yeah, from child's pose, you'll walk your hands towards the knees. And then slowly come up to stand up on your knees. All right, inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Again, really stretching out and up from your waist, active with the arms and the fingers. Maybe even gaze up. Option here, you can take the hands together and keep stretching up with the fingers. Take a full breath in and a breath out. Slowly take your hands back towards the chest, lower the hips down. And we'll just kind of reverse the position. And this is the halfway point. Walk your hands forward, come into your cat-cow. As you inhale, lift the tail, lower the belly, chest forward. Exhale, round the spine, belly button in. From here, tuck your toes, lift the hips, lift the knees up, downward facing dog. And downward facing dog again, make sure the hands are stable, make sure the hips are pointed up towards the sky. Or at least the tailbone is pointed up towards the sky. And we'll just do the other side. So look forward, step the left foot forward in between the hands, lower the right knee down, untuck your toes, reach the arms up for a low lunge. Again, option to move that back knee a little farther from you. Stretching up, but relax the tops of the shoulders. Just keep your gaze forward for now. Take a full breath here, inhale. And exhale. Now lower your hands down on your mat. Shift your hips back so you can straighten out the left leg. Again, blocks underneath your hands may be handy here. Lifting the left toes up, take a breath in. And as you exhale, you'll send your chest down through the center of your mat. And just allow this to be a totally new experience for you. I always say this in my classes that no two sides are ever the same. And as usual, maybe this side feels more tighter, or this one is the more flexible side. So you're just noticing. Keep pressing the left heel down, take a breath in, and a full breath out here. So you inhale, lift the chest halfway, step the left foot down onto your mat. Walk your hands slightly forward. You'll tuck your right toes, and then on an exhale, you'll step the right foot together with the left, folding forward on your exhale. You slowly rise up to a stand, reaching the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, take the hands in front of your heart. So that's one round of our bone salutation. Let's try another round, starting with the other side. You'll inhale, reach the arms up once more, stretching up tall. As you exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take the hands down. Step the right foot back first, lowering the right knee down. Untuck your toes. Inhale, reach your arms up, low lunge. Maybe this time taking the palms together as you stretch up through the fingers. Take a full breath in and a breath out. This time I'll add something new on this round. Take your hands together first in front of your chest. Open the shoulders over to the left side, keeping your hands in front of your heart. If this is enough for you, you can stay. Otherwise, you'll reach the arms out in opposite directions. Left arm reaching back, right arm reaching forward. Really pulling the arms in opposite directions. Feeling that stretch here. Take one more full breath in. Maybe even taking the gaze back if balance is strong. And then slowly releasing. Take the hands together in prayer first. Moving the shoulders to face the center. Hands down on your mat. Finding your half split. Hips back, straightening out the left leg, left toes up. Take a breath here, inhale. Exhale, this time folding over your left leg. So just noticing the difference. Maybe if you want to explore, how does it feel if I fold through center and versus folding down through my left leg? As usual, relaxing the jaw, the tops of the shoulders. Let's take one more full breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Lift up halfway, step the left foot down, walk your hands forward, swing your left leg back into downward facing dog. So downward facing dog, hands are strong, arms are straight and long, hips are lifted up. And I forgot to say this on the first time, but if your legs are really tight today, you're always welcome to bend the knees. The heels never need to touch the mat. So I really want you to focus on lengthening the back, pressing the mat away from you with your hands. So you can constantly drive the hips up towards the ceiling. From your downward facing dog, lower the knees down onto your mat. One set of cat-cow here. Inhale, arch the back, bring the chest forward and through. Exhale, rounding through the spine, cat pose. From your cat, take a quick child's pose. Untuck your toes, lower the forehead down, and try to resist the urge of adjusting, just letting it be. The knees can just point forward. Take a full breath here. Inhale and exhale. You'll walk your hands back towards the knees, coming back up. Slowly stand up on your knees, reach the arms up towards the sky. Inhale, maybe palms touch as you gaze up. Option to stay here. Option two, if you want to find a back bend or a camel pose, you can take your hands behind you on your lower back. I prefer usually my fingers pointing up. Tuck the tail down so you can engage the core. You'll slowly move the hips forward as you bring the heart up. So half camel here. Otherwise, if your back is a little bit open today, if you're willing to explore, make sure you know how to get here. Hands reach for the heels. Hips drive forward as you constantly lift the heart up towards the ceiling for your full camel pose. If you're in your full camel, releasing the pose, take your hands back on your lower back. Slowly lift yourself up. And then wherever you are, slowly lower the hips down onto the heels. Take your hands on your thighs or your knees. Close the eyes for a little while. Noticing the sensations here on your back. Noticing maybe the increased heartbeat or heart rate. Noticing the warmth in your breath. I'm just taking this moment of stillness to be thankful of being here, spending time for yourself. We'll move forward and finish this set. Open your eyes, walk your hands forward for one round of cat and cow. Inhale, arch the back, bring the chest forward through the arms. Exhale, rounding the spine, slowly cat pose. From here, tuck your toes, keeping your arms straight, downward facing dog, lift the hips. Powering through the pose, driving the heels down towards the mat, even if they don't touch. Really actively lengthening the spine by moving the chest back towards the legs. Take a full breath here. Inhale and exhale. Let's finish the other side. Look forward. Step the right foot forward in between your hands. Lower the left knee down. Untuck your left toes. Reach your arms up, low lunge. Again, option two, taking the palms together, gazing up. Really stretching out and up from the waist. Exhale, take your hands together in front of your chest. Facing the shoulders towards the right first. Take a breath here. Option one is to stay here and just really focusing on the twist. Make sure the hips or the legs don't turn with you. Ideally, they shouldn't change a lot. Option two, if you're ready to go for it, extend the arms out into a T. Palms are also facing the right side. You can choose to turn your gaze back towards the right thumb, especially if balance is strong. Taking one more full breath here, inhale. Exhale, take your hands back to center in front of your chest. Chest faces forward, lower the hands down gently. Shift the hips back, prepare for your half split. Right toes pointing up, take a breath in. This time, folding forward over the right leg. If you want a little bit more stretch, especially for the flexible yogis here, you can actually walk your hands towards your back, towards the back of the mat. And maybe trying to bring your chest or forehead a little closer down towards your shin. Such a good stretch. Take one more full breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Walk your hands forward as you lift the chest. Step the right foot down on your mat. Tuck your left toes, lift the left knee, step your left foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, slowly rise up to a stand, palms together, hands in front of your heart. Take a moment here to just recalibrate, feeling the breath once more. We'll just transition to a lying down position. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward, hands on your mat. And then slowly just sit your bum down, maybe with the help of your hands. All right, and then just lie down on your back. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Maybe give yourself a rock from side to side. Massaging the spine and the back. I usually like making circles clockwise, counterclockwise. So just seeing how that feels for you. And we'll end our practice with a simple twist. So keeping the knees up towards the chest. Release your arms out to the sides. If you don't have much space, just take cactus arms. And you'll lower both knees over to the right side. Just negotiating for space here. Lowering the knees down and keeping the shoulders as close to the ground as you can. You can choose to gaze up or gaze over to the left. Starting to just relax the face, slowing down the breath. On your next breath in, you'll send the knees back up. And this time, lowering the knees onto the opposite side, left side. Again, keeping the shoulders close to the ground, gazing over the right side. And just breathing. Usually the postures, or at least the sensations that we feel in our body when we do these postures, usually those are indicators of which parts of our body feel particularly tight. They're not the same every day. Depends on what you do. Depends on the condition of your physical body from time to time. And you'll send the knees back up towards the chest. Take a big breath in, lifting the shoulders and the head, hugging yourself into a nice ball. And you'll slowly roll over to one side, coming up to a seat. Same way we started, crossing your legs in front of you. Take your hands on top of your knees or your thighs. Just noticing the warmth again of the breath. Maybe the softness of the breath. Maybe noticing the calmness now in your mind. Just again, being thankful for spending time for yourself today. If you do have time for a Shavasana, please lie back down on your mat. Take 2 to 3 minutes in stillness in your corpse pose, in your final pose. And that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me in this short practice. I hope to see you on the mat really soon. Take care, yogis. Namaste.